This is Smithy.tv.
Welcome to the Meltdown.
Welcome to the Meltdown. I wonder if this one's going to have music. Anyways, we've got the music. JJ Lieberman, Amish Patel, and this is going to be a short, quick one today because we've got time restraints. Flying out of town tonight, which I'm not. And anyways, so let's get into it. Last night, you showed up to a show with a 4 out of 12.
Out of 12? Wait a minute. What's the rating system? How did it go out of 12?
Well, even if she was a 4 out of 10. Anyways.
Listen, Tinder can be very... look, people are very tricky with how they make their Tinder profiles. They do close-up shots. They fix it up, right? This girl technically didn't lie, but I don't know how she pulled this out. It was like a Houdini. On Tinder, I'm telling you, she was fantastic.
I took a picture.
In person, I was like, what happened?
So I took a picture. I took a picture of her to show everybody.
Don't show everyone that picture.
Yeah, of course.
That's awful. You can't do that.
Why?
It's rude to people. What's wrong
to
with
who?
You? To her. Like, if she ever saw... I mean, not that anyone's going to fucking see it.
So,
okay.
but the thing...
Okay, if you show that, then I got to show her nice Tinder picture. Her Tinder picture is fantastic.
First of all, you can't see, but I couldn't even take...
Are there rules on Tinder when you sign up that says you're not going to, like, share these things out there? Like,
oh, no.
Fine, so then I won't. He can, because he just took a picture in a fucking bar. But I don't care, whatever. Look, man.
She was... Okay, hold on. Here's the situation. She's a 3 out of 10 at best.
In person.
You invited her...
In Tinder... Listen, I talked to her for 5 minutes on Tinder. I was
Meet her first. You just get her to show up to the show?
People need... comedy shows need audience. I use my Tinder to promote my show on Friday. I'm not ashamed of it. I use my Tinder to promote.
But don't
my postcards are on the Tinder. I tell people, what are you doing tonight? I'm doing comedy. You can come by. They come by.
Yeah, but don't you have any shame of being seen with her?
I don't care. I don't care
how funny you are. When you show up with a piece like that, you drop. You drop in status.
Listen to me. Let me tell you something.
It's like if you show up with
do you not watch Larry David? Larry David says you get more credibility for being with someone ugly.
Why?
Because it means you care about the art. You're not in it for getting laid. You're not in it for other shit. You're in it for the art.
Listen, I'm not in it for getting laid, but I'm not going to show up with a fucking a fake Louis Vuitton bag.
Well, I'm a little more committed to the comedy scene. I want more audience members at the show.
That's what you did. You brought a Louis Vuitton bag without the L's all ripped off,
like a Chinatown one.
Yeah, but even worse, like a Chinatown
worse than
one
a Chinatown Louis Vuitton?
Like that you found in a dumpster that was used and nobody wanted. That's what she was.
First of all, that's rude. She's a nice person.
I don't care.
She's a nice person.
Well, I'm not looking at her personality.
She looked like a 7 out of 10 on Tinder. She said she was very aggressive. I said, come to the show. The show needed people.
And she was so weird. I was sitting in the back eating.
She's Swedish. What do you want her to do? She doesn't know.
Looking around.
She was Swedish. She's from another country. Their cultural norms are different.
So why don't you tell her when you first did? Where did you meet her? Downstairs or up top?
I said, meet me over there. She was already there when I got there.
Have you never met someone? Like, I went on a date, and we're going to go to Absolute Comedy, and I actually bought the tickets, and I said, this is not going to work.
You said it right away?
I can't.
But you paid for the tickets.
This was before I got into comedy. I said, this is not going to work. Because I knew I want to be a comedian.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't be seen with you. This is...
Oh, yeah? No, I don't care. I think you get more respect for being with them.
And then you wouldn't even want to talk to her. I was trying to help you get rid of her.
No, I didn't want to get rid of her.
Didn't I ask her if she was on the birth control bill or something?
What did you ask her? You asked her how we met.
Yeah.
And then she wanted to tell you some story.
Isn't it so funny? I think we've talked about this. As a guy, I have really bad teeth. And you see, they got gaps and they're yellowy. But as a woman, fix your fucking mouth. Like,
Why does she need to fix her mouth?
Because she's a woman. Present yourself pretty. You know, I'm not supposed to be pretty. I'm supposed to be rugged and fucked up. But she's a woman. Like, she had like, and your body too. It was like, what's it? Hourglassy.
It was a little lumpy.
Yeah, but like an hourglass.
The lumps were in weird places.
Yeah, an hourglass up.
Don't listen.
I
want people at comedy shows. I want people at comedy shows. She's aggressively saying, "Hey, what are you doing? Are you out tonight?" Yeah, I'm gonna be at a comedy show. I didn't even tell. I was at the comedy show in the West End, and she got there before me. That's how much I care about comedy.
Where?
I was
she came to multiple shows?
No, college in Clinton I was at. And she was messaging me like, hey, where are you? I want to come, whatever. I was like, go to the Cavern. I'll be there in like half an hour.
And she lives downtown?
What am I going to do? I'm going to say no to audience?
And you left with her too. That means you went to fuck her.
No.
Yes.
No, I didn't.
You fuck.
No.
Oh, and Saturday, I call you, you answer the phone while you're fucking. That's all you care about.
She was hot.
Because
let me tell you all, she was hot.
But it doesn't matter. That's
Listen.
gross. You're like one of those grimy business people. Like in the middle of sex, you're like, hold on, this is business. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I heard that. I heard that.
Yeah, but she was fucking hot, man.
It doesn't matter. Why do you answer the phone?
What do you care? I talk on the phone while I'm taking a shit. You know how many times I've been talking to you and taking a shit at the same time?
Yeah, but that's gross.
I just put it on mute, flush the toilet. That's it. Buddy, you are not going to get ahead in this world if you don't know how to get multitasking, man. There is no time when you're taking a shit. There's no reason you can't be checking emails, tweeting, promoting the show.
There's a big
you know what I'm saying?
Best time.
I'm committed to comedy. That's the difference between me and this guy. I'm committed, and you are like, you have weird, I don't even know what you're doing.
Yeah,
Can I just talk?
I did
Can I talk?
55 sets in March. I'm not committed at all, you fucking cunt.
Get the audience out. Okay, listen to this. Saturday night at your weed room,
Yes.
you guys gave me some kind of heroin or some shit. I almost died. I almost died that night.
We have edibles, and one of the edibles was chocolate fondue.
Okay, but what kind of drugs was in that?
Hold on. So, and don't say the name of the place, obviously. The chocolate fondue was made 3 days prior with the original batch of weed.
Yeah.
So what happened was, after a couple of days, they put more. They double laced it. So I show up an hour early to the show. I just have a little teaspoon. Within 30, and usually edibles take like an hour. Within 30 minutes, I'm like, oh, fuck, what's wrong? Like,
You
felt
went crazy, right?
I felt it. But then you guys showed up, and I had a little bit, so I knew you guys, and I just gave you huge spoonfuls.
I had a meltdown. I couldn't sleep. I was having a panic attack in bed. Actually, I was having a lot of fun until I got home. And then once I was home, first my brain was like, what are you... Everything became negative. Everything became like paranoid. Like my brain was like, you threw your life away. You're an idiot. You're crazy. And then I was like, no, I didn't. I got a plan, whatever. And then my brain was like, oh, but even if you do all that, you're going to die in the end. And I was like, well, now you're just being crazy. And then I was like, just go to sleep. And my brain was like, if you go to sleep, you're not going to wake up again. And my brain created this alternate universe that people go to when they go to sleep. And my brain was like, you're going to be stuck in that alternate place, and I'm not going to let you wake up.
Yeah, you sent me a message.
I was shaking.
A message at midnight at 12:30. Doesn't this make you sad? I'm worried about my whole life right now. I said, watch. This is a text message I get.
I was so sad. I couldn't believe how...
I said, watch TV, relax. You're just high. And then I said, I was watching something. I said, feel better? You said, no, I've wasted my life. And then the next morning I got a text message saying, wow, that was like an anxiety attack. Bro, I need to run and listen to Tony Robbins to shake this off.
Yeah, that's what I had to do. That's basically what I did.
It's only a high.
Yeah, but why does it make you so paranoid and shit like that?
It's drugs.
That's what they all do that.
Yeah, well...
Maybe I need to stick to, like, cocaine. I mean, I've never done cocaine, but I feel like maybe that's I need to do uppers, and this is a downer or something, right?
No, it's not a downer. It's just you...
Isn't weed a downer, right?
No.
I don't...
I thought beer and weed are, like...
I don't personally get paranoid from it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people do, but I don't...
I think there's
I fall asleep.
I feel like beer and weed are apparently downers, which I don't know exactly what it means, and then Coke and all these other ones are uppers.
No, it's... weed is not a downer. Weed...
But it mellows you out.
It mellows you out, but it also makes you feel good. I think
happy, yeah.
The way I describe smoking pot is your brain's locked off, okay? And when you ever see Get Smart with Steve Carell, whatever.
Yeah.
Where him and The Rock, have you seen this? Where they're secret agents and they go downstairs and there's all these like steel doors and they put their card in and then the steel doors go whoop, and they walk through and it goes back up. And that's what we...
That's the remake of Get Smart, but the original Get Smart does that too, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Get Smart is a classic. It's
whatever.
The original, though.
I can't watch
I didn't like the new one.
Stuff.
Really.
Anyway, so that's what weed does. I have like boogers all over my face. So weed is that key.
Get your shit together. And he's going to complain about girls' teeth. Like, fucking
get the camera off me.
Clean yourself up. Okay, go ahead.
Weed does that. Weed is, your brain's like that. It's an underground underground secret passage.
Okay.
And as you smoke...
You thought of this while you were high, didn't you?
Yeah. As you smoke, it opens those gates.
Yeah.
And then information starts pouring. So this isn't... It doesn't add information. It's already in your head.
Yeah.
So the more you smoke, the higher you get, the more
Information,
shit that is stuck. Like your brain is so complex. There's these.
What if you get stuck in there, you can't come back out? That's what my brain was trying to tell
That's
me. My brain was like, you're gonna go in where I'm not.
But
letting
that's
you out.
what I've heard of bad acid trips
Yeah.
because you've gotten too much information or bad sometimes
LSD,
shit
yeah.
changes you, and that's sometimes in weed. But the great thing about weed, you can it wears off
It does wear
quickly.
off, yeah.
But when you're letting out, these are what our thoughts are.
I was feeling so good just being high from the smoke because I don't smoke even.
Yeah.
And so being in those rooms, you get the cloud smoke, and I was like, this is enough. I was feeling so good. And at first, I didn't even know there was shit in the chocolate. I thought it was just chocolate for the like. I thought we just had chocolate in the back, and I started eating it, and then you were like, oh, it's a thing. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, don't worry. But that's the thing. I think alcohol is a chemical. I don't think weed is. I think weed is very natural, and it is just letting out that creative side. But the reality is we all have a very dark. Everyone, there's darkness in our head.
Yeah.
Now, some people they hold that darkness in, and they end up living like cunts. They become politicians. They cut their hair short and call themselves feminists. They do something. But
Why
seriously,
cut their hair short? What's that about?
but that's the thing. They don't ever let themselves unwind. They're living. It's like Bill Burr once talked about where you keep your emotions in and you pack it down. But sometimes you got to let your creativity out.
Yeah. Do you think that's where cancer comes from? Sometimes I feel like you did it and then cancer.
Of course.
Yeah.
But that's what he said about heart attacks.
Oh,
He
yeah?
said,
Okay.
He says that's why men, they keep it in. But I think that's the problem is nobody ever wants to be creative because we've grown up in a time of literacy.
Yes.
Like everything's so focused on being literate. So what we're doing is
and very 2 + 2 = 4.
Right.
Not go be.
I'm
flat-
taking what
interesting.
you told me and spewing that out. Repeat what you told me, and everyone
Yeah.
else is a fucking
Repeat
parrot.
what works as opposed to
Yeah.
creating something new.
Create
Creating
your-
something new is very risky too
That's
because it might
what
not
I'm
be
sa-
funny.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's not about being funny. It's
Or it
about,
might not be good even.
That's
Like, it
why-
might just be like an expression.
Well,
yeah.
look at this. In the last 10 years, entrepreneurship is so big.
Yeah.
10 years ago, if you want to be an entrepreneur, people are like, blah, blah, blah. But the only way to make a fucking living now is by being an entrepreneur.
You need to be an entrepreneur on the side right now.
Listen.
You gotta be.
The only way to do it, I will never, like, this is a great thing about comedy. I will never work for someone 9 to 5. I will never you can't tell me what to do when all my options are there.
Holy shit.
That's what I'm saying. You cannot tell me what to do
Yeah.
when I have so many options. I have the internet. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck your 9 to 5. Go fuck
Yo, I'm
formal
gonna
education.
Uber drive. I'm gonna Uber drive.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's incredible.
Being an Uber driver is you're an entrepreneur. Having, let me just
Buddy,
check
I'm
the
working
time.
for a tech company.
But this is the
I can
thing.
just say, hey, I'm working for a tech company called Uber.
If you have kids, if I had kids, I wouldn't let my kids go to school unless they wanted to go to school. Why
Yeah, that's good.
why?
That's you're on another level. That you're really not giving a fuck.
But that's the thing. Might as well, like, if I want to be a talent agent,
Yeah.
might as well call this guy, say, hey, I want to be a talent agent. I'll work for you for free. It's going to cost me a year of living. I live with my parents.
Yeah,
whatever.
as opposed
it
to
is.
doing 4
As a
years
kid,
of
I mean,
like
as
4
an
years
18
of university.
of
and
something
spending-
that's so fucking irrelevant.
Yeah.
The shit they
like
teach
I got an
you.
English degree and I
Yeah.
paid $50,000. Now let me be a
You
lit
know
agent.
who's making the money? The people at the top. The people. It's a corrupt system. Formal education is a corrupt system. This is why people who go postal. The only people who go postal are people who have gone to school where they work a 9 to 5 job. They realize that they got set into this shitty life because it all started suppressed because it all started by the social construct of you grow up, you go to school, you get married, you have kids, and at 24 you're not even fucking anymore because you realize you just married some saddlebag who you're not happy with, and that's how your life is. You have no fucking freedom, and that's the bullshit system. Fuck the system. Fuck the system.
Fuck the system!
Anyways,
God damn it!
hey, you gotta realize
This is like a pump up.
you gotta realize when you raise your voice, you gotta raise it in a way like a
That
singer
you sound
does
like
it.
a man and
You're
not
at-
like a girl.
No,
like,
no.
Like that guy running for president. He was like, "We're gonna go take the presidency."
No, but
Woo!
you're screaming. You don't
Yeah.
scream. You gotta just inflectuate. You know where that's not screaming. It's just
All right,
but
meltdown.
But he blew
Mr.
it. Anyways, we
Meltdown.
gotta get out of here.
This is great.
Add us on Facebook at the Meltdown. Also, April. Is this gonna be out next week? April 10th. If you see this comedy bar every Friday night, that shithole.
What's this? What's
Okay,
this?
thank you.
What the fuck?
Oh, subscribe.
Subscribe.
To what?